Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Welcome to another live with yours truly, Third Eye Pisciano. And we are now in this space. We are recording for YouTube. This is going up on Instagram as well. This is where we are holding the lives currently. Hopefully in the future we're trying to hold lives on YouTube and on TikTok. Step by step, I know we can make it there. But welcome to another evening. And we'll give our grace period to maybe have some folks join on the live and be able to accumulate energy, to be able to project more energy, good light onto each other. And the more we are, even if you're here presently or even if you're watching the recording, remember, in the quantum space, time is not linear. It's all happening in the present. So we're all generating that light with each other. Thank you for the likes, Drewski. Get the algorithm going. If anyone needs to hear a message tonight, needs a little bit relaxation and downtime, decompress a little, I think we can help folks with that. It's much needed at this time. The spirit guides talk about these beautiful beings of light. Very interesting things that I found in my research. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to talk about them, and you all to meet them, connect with them, learn a little bit about who are the spirit guides. These beautiful beings of light that are truly supporting, guiding our every choice, outcome, life path. And well, these are multiple life paths, multiple choices and decisions and desires that we have in front of us and that we are given. It's almost like we are giving an astrological or an astral menu, if you will, of choices, decisions, paths that we can go towards, and all they do is guide us, almost like a captain in a boat, just helping us steer through the waters of life, if you will. Hey ChemCon, thanks for joining. Thanks for being in this space here and now. Appreciate you, Drewski. Help me with your likes at this time. Once we start the meditation, there will be lots of time for you all to not like, comment, and interact. But for now, maybe we can start moving around the algorithm. And if anyone needs to find this message at this time or needs this time to decompress, beautiful. If not, I know there is many folks that do watch the recording, so also welcome to this space if you're watching this at a later time. So thank you y'all. How are you guys this evening? Drewski, ChemCon. How's everybody? Y'all ready to connect? Good, says ChemCom. Ready for meditation, says Drewski. Me too. I am so ready. Again, as I always say, I do meditate daily with my meditation group at 5 in the morning. But it's different. This space is different. This space is yours, mine, this collective. And it's always necessary. This weekly meditation truly, really helps me to connect, to align, and also be in connection with you all and get to learn a little bit, not just of me, but also learn of you all and your light, and the energy that we generate is so powerful. Again, doesn't matter the time and place when you watch this, but when it reaches you, that's where the magic is at, and that's the beautifulness of all this. That we can suspend a little bit our disbelief and truly acknowledge that we are not just the body. We are not just the avatar, but also this extension of Source. And with all its capabilities, all its gifts, all its abilities. And it's our innate right for this. And I guess there's also a time and space to remember that no matter what's happening in the external physical world, we are still connected. Doesn't matter if we're disagreeing with each other, if we have difference of opinions, of thoughts, of pathways. At the end, our differences is truly where the magic and alchemy lie. It's like magic, correct? When you bring two different opposite elements together, this is where the magic begins, the new pathways, the new choices in front of us. And that's why it's the importance to remember that we are all connected, almost like this sun, which is the creator, God, the universe. Goes for many names, but it's the same, that same source of energy. And we're all like parts of, like if it were the rays of the sun, and we all have that energy inside of us. So we have to remember this, before complaining, before having an opinion. Also try to go back to ground level and start with yourself, with how you perceive things, how you talk to a stranger on the street, how when we're joining these lives, the way we interact with one another, and really just take it from start from that space, right, of your heart, of your community, of your aura, and start changing our mindset. All right, y'all. It is 7:07, the witching hour. Y'all know I like starting at this time. So thank you all who are here or who are watching the recording. I am Third Eye Pisciano. I am your local shaman, channeler, and guide today. I will guide you a little bit and speak to you all who are the spirit guides. Before we get into that, we have to remember, if you've meditated before or you've meditated in this space with me, you know that all of us, everyone on this earth, every being has a quantum space of unlimited possibilities. This is the everywhere and every when. It's, if you meditated here with me, you know it's when we make that connection with Mother Earth, we make that connection with the Creator, with the universe, and then we open up through our third eye, or just being present with our body and being in the here and now. This quantum space opens of unlimited possibilities. It's always there, just that we drop this belief and ego and we become aware of it. So we know there's this space, and in this space it's called the everywhere and every when. This place resides all paths, outcomes, possibilities that we can take. Each possibility or choice is connected to an outcome, which is connected to one version of ourselves. And there's multiple, correct? It's not just one. There is one decision you can make, another decision, another possibility, another path that you can take. But all of it, whichever path, choice you go through or you pick, there is an outcome. And in this outcome comes a version of yourself that has mastered that choice, that lesson, or what you need to learn. And with each of that, it's almost like if it was, like I just explained, this ray of light that is inside of us, it's connected to all that, correct? But pretend it's kind of like you're the universe inside another universe. You're this source, and there's these multiple rays that are coming out with all these outcomes, all these paths, and lead to all these versions of ourselves. And with each version, there's a guide or a spirit guide. Depending on what path we elect, there's that link with that spirit guide, or that affinity with those guides. Not infinity with an I, but with an A. Affinity. Because we're linked to that spirit guide. Because we have to remember, y'all, in this quantum space, time is not linear like our human mind is constructed to think about it. It's all happening in the here and now, presently. All these versions of ourselves, all these different outcomes that have mastered, but per se, there could be unconditional love. There's a version of ourselves that has mastered unconditional love. There could be spirituality. There's this version of ourselves that has mastered that. Abundance, power, action, etc. Even the elements, water, fire, earth, air. And they bring in also medicinal purposes, that sometimes one of those guides could be closer, and we have multiple guides throughout our lifetime, and even throughout, like, us as our energy. And these are your spirit guides, truly. Also, spirit guides can also be these beings of light that you made a contract, or the soul contract, with before your soul or your energy decided to descend back to earth. You made almost these contracts that in this lifetime they were going to help you with certain topics, certain path, or something, whatever your lesson. We have multiple lessons, but whatever it was that you were going to need guidance and support with, you made like this soul contract that they were going to be there every step of the way. Before incarnating into this body, they were here to guide, support you in this lifetime. These guides can include past lifetimes. It can include ancestors, angels, like I mentioned, elements, and these are ascended masters. Why? Because those spirit guides are us. Truly, we're connected, and they're still growing, even if they don't have a physical body. They're still in evolution. So when they're guiding and supporting us, not only do they nurture us and our path, we are also nurturing them as ascendant masters. We're also teaching them that lesson, and it's like this give and take, this energy that we are giving each other in essence. And there's multiple ways that our spirit guides let us know they're there. Of course, especially if you're in this path, once we start meditating, once we become more aware and present, we can perceive them a little bit more. But the way that they can drop hints, if you will, is by the famous angel numbers, our feathers, music that can come to our mind or that we just hear, taste. It could be ringing in our ear, letting us know that they're close or that we should take a certain path or take a certain decision. Also, they can just drop hints in a very subtle way. This can be through our intuition, our creativeness, our inspiration, and desires. Almost like when you meet somebody and you feel like you've known them from past lifetimes, or you have this attraction to a certain hobby or a certain place. This is truly because it's like almost like soulmate energy, because you have made contracts with these souls, and even if they're here on earth, they are here to guide and support you. And remember, our spirit guides, they're not all-knowing beings, correct? Because again, they are part of us. So they can't control us. We in earth have free will, and we cannot control them. Actually, one of the ways to stop contacting or connecting with your spirit guide is trying to control each and every decision through your spirit guides. They can only help you on your certain path or choice, or to level up master, like I said, that unconditional love, that abundance, that richness, whatever it is that you're on the path on right now. It could even be spirituality. It could be your magic. It could be power. It could be action. It could be harmony, peace, whatever it is that you are trying to learn at this time. It could be cultivating your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotions. And there's these multiple versions of ourself that have mastered this. That's the spirit guides looking back at us, but still part of us. It's a little bit confusing and hard to comprehend in the human mind, especially knowing that this is happening in the here and now, in the present, at all times, because in the quantum space, time is not linear. And of course, it's also important to mention, yes, there is also spirit guides of lower frequency that sometimes, or quote unquote guides, right? These beings that can contaminate and come into our aura. And the reason this happens is because of trauma, because of wounds that we have not healed yet, that we have not shed light to it, because when we project awareness of this trauma and these wounds, that's when we project light into that place. And that's when we can release ourselves from those quote unquote guides with lower frequency. Of course, these guides are not, they're going to guide us, but not in a benign way. It's going to be rougher, correct? But that's because our ego and our mind have not allowed ourselves to become aware of that trauma, of that wound in our soul. So the importance to become aware and conscious of that in order to project light into it. So it is important to say, and of course this is for another meditation and probably another live that we can do, but let us remember the higher self that we mention a lot, that we connect with, that when we go into this quantum space of unlimited possibilities, this higher self is the future self. Meaning that this future self, it has all these choices, paths, and outcomes that they have, that we, because it's us, right? It's our higher self. That higher self of yours has already mastered all those lessons. That's why it's your future self. It's almost, it's in an essence, that's why we're a universe inside another universe, because truly all the answers already lie inside of us. Because since time is not linear and it's all happening here and now, there's versions of yourself that have mastered all that you're growing and evolving in this lifetime. So when we can connect with this higher self, that's when we can get all these answers to our questions. And it's almost like, think about it, it's we are this source of energy with all these strings attached with it, and these strings lead to those ascendant masters, lead to those spirit guides that are here and now trying to guide us. So I know it's a lot. It's also, if you jumped in a little bit later, I would recommend once I post it, you go back and hear this, because it is a little bit tricky to wrap our minds around it. But truly, just remember, you are your spirit guide. And that is a hard concept for the human mind to understand, because we always want to like other it or think of it as another being. But and yes, it's another being, but it's another version of ourselves. It's a more mastered version of that path, of that choice. But it's also us. So I will say, without further ado, I kept it lighthearted and short this time. I say it's time to start meditating and to start connecting with that guide or guides that are guiding and supporting you on your path at this time. So let's get into position to meditate. And remember, we're going to put our feet flat on the ground, making that intentional connection with Mother Earth. Our back, you want it straight, not too straight where it's going to distract you, but just straight enough where you allow the flow of energy to pass through your physical body. You can even put your fingertips, roll your shoulders back, and then drop the palms of your hands facing up on your thighs. And your face, you don't want it up and you don't want it all the way down to your chest. You want it in this middle part. Just, if you look straight, you just drop your eyesight a little bit. And close your eyes. And start connecting with your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Don't modify your breathing at this time. Allow your body to dictate the rhythm of your breath. Inhale and exhale. Just connect to that natural rhythm of your body, of that air that enters your nostrils as you inhale, and that same air exits through the nostrils as you exhale. Connect to this natural rhythm that your body creates to keep you alive. Just anchor yourself to your breathing. You don't have to do anything else but perceive your own breathing and follow my voice. Release all control and surrender to the natural flow of your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Get into this place of peace, of creation, of connecting, because when we breathe, this is the gateway into our soul. Inhale and exhale. Simply allowing yourself to suspend all disbelief and allowing yourself to relax your body, to connect with your soul. And if the mind wants to come in, your ego, and tell you what you have to do after this, what you did before this, if it wants to start talking to you that you're not doing this right, simply smile, tell it thank you, put it in the bench, and inhale and exhale. You are connecting with yourself here and now. Allow yourself these minutes to simply listen to your body, to your soul. Be in connection with the greatness that resides inside of you, without letting ego or anything else get in the way. Any external noises, integrate them into the meditation. Allow them, like a river flows, to just take you. Don't control, just surrender to your breathing. Perceive it. And to make this connection even deeper, and to go more deep in the self, we'll start taking control of our breathing with these next 3 deep inhales and exhales. Inhale. Hold, and just through the nose, hold it, and exhale slowly through your nose, releasing all tension and density and stress from your body. Without losing your posture, inhale. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose. Releasing tension, dropping your shoulders, unclenching your jaw, unclenching your eyelids. Inhale. Make it deeper this time. Inhale a little bit more. Expand your lungs. You can do it. Inhale more. A little bit more. You can do it. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose. Releasing all tension, density from your legs, from your abdomen area. Just let it all go. Release it. No one's watching. We'll do it one more time. And this time release all your body when you exhale. Inhale. Hold. And exhale slowly through your nose. And release. And return to your normal breathing. But this time, being conscious and in control of it. Making it a little bit deeper than you usually would. Inhaling a little bit deeper, holding a little bit, and exhaling a little bit deeper. Slowly, patiently. Start leaving your physical body. And if there's still tension in any part of the body, simply inhale, take that light and that to that area, that region where there's still tension. Hold it there for a little bit. And then release it by exhaling. Do this as many times as you need as I start guiding you. We'll connect with Mother Earth. Perceive in your top abdomen region of your body as this dot of light appears. And with each breath, it grows and grows and grows. And it takes the shape of a sphere. A crystalline golden sphere. Don't judge this moment. Don't project ego. Simply feel. For this sphere is your soul, your energy, that which is extension of the Creator, of the universe. Just become aware of it by putting all your attention here. For where attention goes, energy flows. And simply view as two rays of lights are released from this sphere. And they start descending through each of your legs until they reach the bottom of your feet, where you're making connection with the earth. And with all the power of your intention, let them surpass your human body and bury themselves into the ground, grounding you, and descending down, taking the shapes of the roots of a tree. And as they start descending, they start becoming bigger, stronger, thicker. And they're ascending, going down and down. Just follow them as they're traveling at hyperspeed down into the nuclear point of Mother Earth, connecting you with her power, with her essence, with her love and her strength. Inhale and exhale. You are grounded. And put your attention back into the sphere on your top abdomen area. And do the same, but this time, one ray of lights ascends up, passing your chest, your heart chakra, your arms, your throat chakra, unclenching your jaw, unclenching your eyelids, passing through your third eye, illuminating your brain and all the energy inside of you. Just visualize as if you were to turn on a switch, how your energy inside is now all sparked up, turned on, and it's really bright like a sun. And this ray of energy reaches the very top of your head, your crown chakra area. And this white crystalline tunnel coming from the Creator descends down from the heavens, from the universe, making contact with the very top of your brain and connecting you with the universe, with the Creator, with your spirit team. Don't judge, just feel as you're in peace, harmony, in connection with not only yourself, but with all these beings around you. And with these two magnificent forces that make up who you are. And through your third eye, which is the region in between your eyebrows, this eye that allows you to see what the physical eyes cannot. You perceive yourself in the quantum space of unlimited possibilities. You've been here before. This is your present. This is the here and now. This is everywhere and every when. Happening all at the same time. All those timelines, all those versions of yourself. Slowly. Don't agitate yourself. Just feel. Anything is valid. And you start perceiving yourself only as energy. You have left the human body or this avatar connected, and you are just your energy. Perceive yourself in a beautiful landscape. This forest-like place filled with vegetation of all kinds. This is the earth element. Feel the fresh grass between your toes as you start walking in this beautiful place. the forest of your soul. And in connection with the element earth, put any smells, colors, tastes, sounds in this place. It's yours. And you start walking down this path. This path opens in front of you, filled with rocks, crystals of all kinds pertaining to earth, pertaining to the universe. Anything's valid. You are in connection with the earth element, and at the same time with the ether, with your spirit, with the higher self. And as you're walking this path, you start noticing that it starts to get filled up with water, slowly but surely. You keep walking with these rocks and this water that's passing by, tickling your feet. And you reach the edge and the end of the pathway, which leads to the opening of a beautiful river in front of you. There's a being of light waiting for you at the end of the path. There's two of them on each side. They're your spirit guides. You can put whatever face, feeling, emotion, but they are there to guide you, to support you. And they see you with all the unconditional love, strength, abundance, peace and harmony that you deserve. And one of them glides their hand pointing towards the river, asking you to lay down and let the flow of the river take you. Inhale and exhale. And you lower down and don't resist. Don't try to control the flow. Anchor yourself to your breathing and allow your energy to flow in this river, the element of water, the river of your soul. You put yourself lying down, facing up in this river, and you flow. You could be perceiving trees around the area, beautiful birds, animals of all kinds, vegetations. But just let yourself go. Release all control and flow in this beautiful riverbed with all its curves, as the water's pushing you, gliding you, guiding you, and supporting you. Healing your soul, giving you all these medicinal properties of this universal river. Feel as it's healing any wound, any trauma. Allow yourself to just surrender to the flow. For it's a beautiful energy that you are making contact with. Any thoughts, pictures, anything that comes up at this time is a message. Don't let the ego distract you. but stay connected to where you are and to yourself. And you reach a riverbank, the edge of the river, with a waterfall, a cascade. You perceive it. And there's 2 other spirit guides waiting for you there to help you out of the river. They reach out, both of them, their hands, and help you out of this river as you are healed, renewed, renovated, and you perceive different energy around you as these waters have healed you physically, emotionally, spiritually. And you feel the element of air as the element of air that's found in your breathing that anchors you. This element of air passes by, whispering its wisdom and knowledge in your ears of your spirit guides, of all the answers to the questions that you have, of all the answers of the outcomes, of the different possibilities that lie ahead of you. For the answers lie within you, child, not in the exterior. They're in this place only if you anchor yourself to your breathing and to your here and now. You walk up this path, taking you to a village filled with teepees, an ancient building, an ancient village where you have been before. And there's another spirit guide waving at you and calling you to join him in one of the teepees. You walk towards it with the sensation of love, of being renewed, of this higher wisdom and intellect that has always resided inside of you. Inhale and exhale, and you reach the entrance of the teepee as the spirit guide acknowledges you, sees you, loves you, guides and supports you, and invites you to walk in with him into this teepee. Inhale, exhale, and enter the teepee. As you perceive inside of it, this fire in the middle of it, this continuous fire filled of love, filled of transmutation, of all that no longer serves you to be finally released. Just perceive the surroundings in the teepee, any tools, any paintings, anything, any energy. This is yours. Here to help you to transmute all emotion, thought, belief, limitations that only drag you down and don't let you perceive your greatness, your unconditional love, your abundance, your prosperity, your perfect health, and all those open opportunities laying in front of you. The element of fire, ever enduring, bright, and filled with light. And since you are only energy at this time, your spirit guide here, invites you to walk in the fire. Inhale and exhale and walk in this fire and let it consume you completely, like a phoenix reaching the end of this path, releasing everything that's limited, that no longer is yours to carry. And from the ashes, being reborn into a higher frequency, a higher self, a higher life path, filled with abundance, prosperity, and love. As you're in this fire, now you perceive a legion of spirit guides all around you. For all these spirit guides are you in your most mastered and highest frequency of all these life paths, here to support, guide, and love you. Simply feel and perceive. Don't let ego ruin this beautiful connection, this beautiful meetup with all your spirit guides. Anything that comes through at this time is valid. Just feel. One of the spirit guides reaches out to help you return to your physical space with all this higher knowledge that you have just accessed. And they all tell you in unity, remember, you are us and we are you. As you exit the teepee and return. Inhale. Exhale and start returning to your physical space and perceiving everything around you. Inhale. Exhale and start returning to your physical body and becoming aware of this beautiful path and all these elements and spirit guides you came in contact with. With gratitude, trust, and faith. Inhale. And this time when you exhale, start moving your toes, your feet, your legs, your fingers, your hands. Your arms around you, start flapping them, start kicking your legs, move your abdomen and all your body around, integrating all this love, all this higher frequencies, knowledge, all this new spiritual consciousness that we just came in contact with. Move your shoulders in circles slowly. Start coming back to this reality, to this present. Move your head in circles very slowly, telling the body that our energy is different. And slowly open your eyes and stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Put your hands all the way out. Stretch. and reset the body, recalibrate it back into this space, and integrate it to the here and now. Oh, I have to say, that was a very powerful meditation. I really feel renewed back in this place. I could feel all of your energies if you're here present right now or if you're seeing this at a later time. Namaste, y'all. And let me know if anybody was able to do. Now you guys can go ahead and like, you guys can comment, give me a little bit of your feedback if you had the opportunity to meditate at this time. How did this make you feel? What did you perceive? What type of spirit guides did you see? What are they trying to teach you? Let me know, y'all. Comment right here. What's up? How did y'all feel? Oh, that part of the river, y'all. I truly felt that I truly felt that I just I was just surrendering. I was there with y'all. Chemcon says, Pashu says hi. Hi, Pashu, how are you? Thank you for always meditating with us. Drewski says, I left the teepee and I saw a new planet. And that's one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, y'all. In this quantum space of unlimited possibilities, this is what we know of, and now it's become like a more like famous term. It's the 5D. So this is the 3D plane. But our quantum space where we were just at with the spirit guides, with all these higher versions of ourselves. That's the 5D because it's all happening here and now. And we can access this place. Maybe I think that's why you saw that new planet, Drewski, because truly we are creating the 5D into the 3D. That's why there's this resistance. That's why there's this all these awakenings happening, because we are truly integrating this new planet onto our current physical planet. Never underestimate the power of your mind, the power of your spirituality, the power of who you are as energy, because it is inside of us. When we can perceive that greatness, that we can start creating our outer greatness. Kamkon says, funny because he came and gave me a hug. Literally put his little paws on my heart. Aww. I had difficulty at first connecting, but he reminded me to connect with my heart. After that, I put both my hands over my heart and was able to concentrate. You know what? It's funny. When I channeled this meditation, I connected from the heart chakra. But for some reason, as I was channeling, well, when I channeled it the first time, this was on Sunday, when they showed me all this and they told me, hey, you have to share this meditation. I connected through the heart space. But for some reason now, they guided me to connect through where our solar plexus is, because that's the home of the soul. That's where our soul lies. But I'm glad that you were able to perceive that, Chemcon, and that you were able to make that connection. That's beautiful. But yes, you can connect from any of the heart chakra or the solar plexus chakra. Oh, I'm glad. I hope at least y'all got a little bit more of peace, of this energy of being renewed. Especially with all this high emotions are running around in our 3D and the physical. That this at least let you perceive a little bit of everything that you create inside. You can create it outwards. It is first created in the quantum space. That's where we first have to create it, manifest it, feel it with all of our senses. Then that's when we can start acting upon these manifestations or upon these paths or choices we want, and that's when we start attracting it in the 3D plane. That was beautiful. I really felt a lot of light, a lot of power. I felt a lot of beings of light in this space. It truly was, it was magical. So I hope you all were able to connect a little bit, perceive it, relax, come into this space of more being at peace right now, just being in harmony, being in our center. More than all, that no matter what happens in the physical, that we can still stay true to our essence, to ourselves, to being present and center, and not only, of course, definitely and first for ourselves, but also to be of service to others, to cut the chains as a collective of this, of complaining, of arrogance, of all these lower vibrational frequency, and start. And yes, there's a collective shadow, but recognize and be aware of this shadow. Like we said it with the lower frequencies at an individual level, right? It's when we become aware that we project light. So we can do this at a collective level. We can project light onto that to flip this page and start a new chapter in humanity. But this only can happen if we can reach as many individuals and beings of light as we can. If we can, and this we can do it by staying true to our authenticity, to our light, to who we are as a spirit, and exuding that outward, leading by example, being in connection with your beings, and walking through that path. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficulty. There has to be lessons. Our soul chose this earth as an intensive course, right? To grow and for growth and evolution. That is correct. But we can always do this by staying true to ourselves and looking for those answers in the interior. Not trying to avoid it, but actually looking ourselves in the mirror long and hard. And as that energy that we were in that quantum space, you can do that when you look at yourself in the mirror. See yourself in that energy, because that's truly who you are. This is just the avatar. This is just outside of us. This changes, this gets old, this dies. But that essence, that energy is infinite. It will never die. And that's us, and that's science, that's scientific law. It's energy, even material, it doesn't, and energy, it doesn't. Yes, the body will die, but that energy goes somewhere else. It goes with the ascended master. It goes to the next lifetime. And the thing is to have as most growth and evolution as we can. So every challenge, welcome it with open arms, because on the other side of that challenge, almost like the tower in the tarot, right? When the tower moment comes, remember, the star comes right after it. The light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why we have all these different spirit guides that guide us and support us through all these different challenges, because those are higher versions of ourselves that have already mastered that. So just keep that in mind, y'all. All right. If no one else wants to share, let's go ahead and start moving along. You guys can still comment. You guys can still like. But we'll pull a little bit of cards here. See what we need to know, what we need to see. What further messages, so our physical mind can comprehend it in this 3D world. What further messages our spirit guides have for us at this time? Because I have felt the angels, the spirit guides, in the last week, y'all. Ever since like Day of the Dead, and during that time, they've been very, very close to humanity. So we'll start putting intentions. God, source, angels, archangels, ascendant master, spirit guides, elements. Please shield us in a divine white light, protecting us of any exterior lower frequencies and energy at this time. And at this collective, no matter where they're at, no matter time and place, protect us, and give us the best and highest messages for our growth and our evolution on this earth. Mote it be. And you guys already know the deal. I always like starting with the tarot. Our little tarot. Remember, don't force it to fit. It's a collective. If you want a personal reading, you can always DM me. This is just a collective. Don't force it to fit. Whatever resonates, take it and leave the rest behind. Let's go. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? That was fast. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Let's see. There we go. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, y'all. Death and Rebirth came out as a major arcana. Death and Rebirth. It's turned upside down. I want to say this is because with Death and Rebirth, it's like I mentioned in the meditation, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Yes, sometimes we have to allow all that fire to consume us, our challenges, our lessons, because sometimes all these things that we perceive at the time as negativity, instead of asking, why is all this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Don't, because when we want to resist and control, we don't fully embrace the evolution and the change that's happening within us. And that's a little bit of the energy I see here, resistance. That instead of just surrendering to the flow and allowing, no matter what happens in the exterior, knowing that there are better days to come, that you will rebirth from this lesson and this challenge. Allow it. Don't resist it. Don't create, because then you create blockages within you. So at this time, Spirit's saying, hey, don't resist the changes and the challenges that are to come. Find the silver lining. Find the light at the end of the tunnel. And know that these lessons and challenges are happening just for your benefit. That at the other side of all this that may seem chaotic, dark at this time, is only there to give you awareness, to push you out of the comfort zone. So then you can start getting more creative, finding creative ways to resolve, to strategize, to research, and to execute whatever path you need to go at this time. Don't create blockages. Don't resist. Like the river, just flow and allow the fire to consume you. Allow all those older versions of yourself to be gone. Sometimes it's fear, it's nervousness. Don't lower your frequencies to fear. Just allow the changes to happen. And they'll happen gracefully. And then one day you turn back and you see that that was one of the best things that could have happened to you. That's why don't resist it at this time. Allow it to happen what needs to happen. Of course, without hurting no one, still being safe. And there's all this space. There's these tools that we can use to stay in our center, no matter what our exterior can look like, because we are the authors of our life. So I feel like there could be these blockages or resistance to change. The message here is flow. And sometimes, and with this other card, the Three of Pentacles, what it's saying is you can work with community. You don't have to do this by yourself. You're not alone in this. There's like 8 billion people in planet Earth. You can work with spaces, with community, with of course your beings of light, but also this is mentioning it's Three of Pentacles, so it's very earth element. So this is in the physical space. How? Ask yourself, what are you doing at this point to help yourself, and what are you doing to be of service to others, and what type of services are those? Allow yourself to also share ideas, opinions, to vent, to be in spaces that are safe and that you can resonate with. Of course, not all of us are the same, because if we were all the same, how boring would that be? What type of cult would that be? No, our culture, our differences, that's what we need to cherish and love. And this is, we can see it even within our own like friends group, family group, support groups, that they give us even a conversation. Even this conversation can give you shed a new light and perspective into the challenge and the blockage that you're surpassing at this time. Connect with these spaces and this community. Work with others. Work with me. Work with any guide. Even if you don't resonate with me, you can resonate with other guides, other people, with your friend group, with your family members. There's lots of people now that do readings, do cleanses, they do channeling. Get into this space of community to organize. And after that, there's my Archangel Michael card, Temperance. Here's where you find the balance, as we talked about, right? Those two opposite, almost like this space of duality. And we saw this a lot in the Pisces age, and the Piscean age, that we're just exiting. And we, after the year 2000, they argue between 2000 and 2012 we started the Aquarian age. So Pisces, it's a lot about the duality, right? The yin and yang, the dark and the light, the feminine and the masculine. These two forces that in the Pisces age we saw all the rise of religions. But now in the Aquarian age, because it's this air element, it's talking about integration. That look on the other side of duality. Yes, we're aware that we're two polarities in us, and in everything, not just in people, but in everything, in every context and every path, there's light and there's darkness. But only when we can perceive this can we really create the magic and the balance within us. When we're able to see these two polarizing factors not being as polarized, but being one, will make you. Even we do this in meditation, right? When we ground ourselves, center ourselves, and then we align with spirit. These are two very opposite forces. One's very tangible and physical. The other one, we have to perceive it through our third eye. It's more of energy and soul. But they two come together to make us. And that's why there's this earth, and that's why there's these lessons to be learned here. So with Temperance coming out, and that's right after Death and Rebirth. Death and Rebirth is number 13. This is number 14, telling us, hey, don't resist. It's okay for this darkness to come out. Just be aware of it. And that way you can project light into it and use it to your advantage in a future timeline. You will use that darkness in your advantage. And it will make you stronger. It will make you assertive. And it will make you take action towards your manifestations. Archangel Michael, 444. I can't make this up. Okay, let's see. What else? Just real quick, at the bottom of the deck of this, Justice card. Right? Also talking about the polarities. Also talking about this yin and yang force. And this divine justice that lives not only with us, but that the universe is in this, and especially this year, as we've talked all year long, 2024 is a karmic year. It's a year of 8. If you flip it, it's infinity. Speaking of what we give comes back. As we heal and grow, all that comes back in abundance and prosperity, and in more lessons to be learned, and gives us the tools, but only if we become conscious and aware of this. What else do we need to see? 2 just fell. All right, there's this 7 of Pentacles. Keep growing those seeds that you have put in the physical earth. Keep watching over them. The work here is not done. You have worked hard and you have planted your little garden, but you have to keep feeding it water. You have to keep growing it. You have to keep giving it light. It's all talking all about taking care of your own garden. Like that forest that we were at in the meditation, that forest of the soul. This is the same energy here. You got to take care of that. You got to, take out those roots, take out those weeds that are all need to go. Those weeds that are our older versions of ourselves. If you have to rip them from the ground, let them rip, let them die, let them go, because that's what's disturbing the growth of this beautiful plant, which is the life tree, that one that sustains you. It doesn't allow it to grow. So keep planting those seeds of unconditional love, of prosperity, of action, of abundance, of community, of healing, however that looks like to you. And with this, we always have help. With the 8 of Wands, it's saying, hey, there's this spur of energy coming through. There's this fire, and this fire allows us to be more assertive, to get the courage and the knowledge to act upon these seeds that we have planted. Okay, you've manifested. You've chosen a path. You're going down this lane. That's all great, but now it's time to take action. That's why Spirit gives you this spur of energy and of courage and of assertiveness to know exactly the next step that needs to be taken at this time. It's not they do 50%, right? They did the 50% to help us, to guide us, to show us. Now here as a physical, we got to take action. Okay, let's see what else. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? All right. One flipped in the middle of the deck. The Seven of Cups energy. There's many choices in front of you. I think I even said this in the meditation. There's all these paths ahead of you. Don't get bogged down by it. Don't get bogged down by where to go. Simply flow like the river that's passing here, right? Flow, and whatever resonates with you at this time, that's where you should go. There's many opportunities, many versions of yourself, which are the spirit guides, there to help you, guide you. So whatever path you choose, it's not the incorrect one. It's where your soul and your evolution needs to take place at this time, your growth. So allow yourself to choose. You just got to be assertive with the universe. It's like you have to be specific and know exactly what you want and go for it with all your might. What else, Spirit? What else is here? What type of choices? What are we seeing here? Oh, those two flip. Yeah, because there's this path opening right in front of you. This is full creativity. 3 of Wands. There's this energy of 3 here. 3 of Pentacles, now 3 of Wands. Okay, you have now gone out of your wall, out of this castle. Correct? Now it's time to roll up your sleeves and take action, to start going towards those manifestations. But this only can be done if you're in that headspace, if you're in the mindset to go get it, not putting excuses, not complaining. This is pure discipline. And this is where creativity starts to flow, especially when we meditate, when we get present and know what step to take next. And it's okay to have memories of the past. It's totally okay to cry, to be angry, to kick, to have feelings. We are in earth and we're human. You have to have feelings. That's part of the experience, y'all. And it's okay to remember those memories, those fond memories, but remember them from a place of growth, and to only look back to the path, only to remember how far, like these, you see how he's like this person here now, it's bigger and he's smaller over here, and there's these, like, kind of like this road. It's kind of insinuating like, hey, it's good to look back to see, hey, look where I started and look where I'm at now. That's beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, the King of Swords energy here. Look at everything from a higher ground, from a higher perspective. And here it'll help you with research. It'll help you see a clear view instead of right away assuming, correct? Right away projecting ego and everything that the physical body, right away, those emotions, and running with them. First, hey, I'm taking a step back, meditating, going inside myself to look for those answers, then I can execute from that way. But only like an eagle or a crow, right? Or all these birds, only from a higher ground. Once we can kind of get out of our situation, whatever your situation is, this challenge in front of you, and we can kind of get kind of see it from a higher ground and see the whole full picture, and see where did it come from, where am I now, and where am I heading to. What else? Oh, they just keep falling easily. Yeah, I get this feeling here like this saying, don't get stuck in just the dreams, desires, all these projects, all these ideas in your head, and not take action. Because what this does, it blocks you, right? You're encaged in the dreams and the ideas that you never took action for. So the importance to take a step back and make a plan. Queen of Swords energy here. So that's okay. It's okay to take a step back, to make a plan, see it from a higher ground, right? And be in your emotions. That's totally fine. This Queen, but also Queen of Swords remind us of this kind of this execution, right? Executing, but first, before she's not moving yet, she's thinking she's observing very cautiously of the next step. What else? What else here, Spirit? End us good. End us on a higher note. What spiritual lessons needs to be integrated for this to happen? Six of Pentacles. Exactly. What you give, you receive. This flow of energy. Remember, there's this 8 here, what we just spoke about. As you give and receive to yourself, is by as you give all that energy, all that love, all that prosperity, all that abundance, all that space to heal, to connect, and to know exactly what's ahead of you, is the same amount that you will receive in the physical. It's only changing your mindset, being disciplined, having that damn discipline, and not allowing the ego to sabotage your desires, your future timeline, and go for it without like really, how, as they say, do it without thinking about it. It's kind of that obviously you're gonna think and you're gonna have a thought out plan, but when you're on the action part of it, don't let ego come in and strip you from that. No, keep going. This is why it's also important to meditate, because here's where we suspend the ego. We don't allow it to come in. As we're in this daily chaos of everyday life, it already controls us and we run with certain emotions. But if we can take a step back and put the ego, you're on timeout, I gotta do what I gotta do here, you can start making magic. You can start perceiving the life of your dreams. What else, Spirit? What else is here? Yes, don't get caught up on the, I would say don't get caught up on the who, what, when, where, how, and how much. Like, you if you have a plan, there's something to do here, take off that mask. Don't let your mind interject into the decisions that you have to make. It's okay to plan it out, but also make sure you don't take long before you act upon it. That's why this 9 of Wands is here, reminding us of this light within us, of this courage, of this, that everything comes to an end, even our challenges, even this that we cannot see, right? Even this decision making. The 9 of Wands is kind of with this energy of, it's an ending, right? It's this fulfillment of energy, and that this timeline already ran its course, and you're ready for a new timeline. What else, Spirit? What else is here? It's time to embrace the new. Yeah, I get this energy here of somebody being in their mind a lot, you know, but you are the only one with this 8 of Swords. You're the only one that's capable to release it, to get out of there, to not let it sabotage you. And that's why, like, this person's looking at themselves in their mirror locked up, but truly in the physical, you're not. You're just, here's the thing. You can have emotions, you can have thoughts, all that is fine, that's great. That's part of being human. The thing is, don't allow it to paralyze you and to not take action to bring in your blessings. That's the part we need to work on, to not let ego sabotage you, tell you, for example, me being in this life, no one's gonna join, who's gonna listen, why do I even do it? Ego was trying to sabotage me actually this week. It was hard for me to get up on here, but I allowed myself to be removed from the ego and to keep going with what I started, and to keep going on this path, knowing that the benefits will come, I will reap those rewards, and that truly I'm being of service to others, and also being of service to myself, because I'm not allowing basically older versions of myself to betray me. As we release older versions of ourselves and newer versions come, it is easy to fall back into those old patterns. It's very easy. Why? Because the body knows this. It's comfortable. It knows that it as they say, even if you're sitting in shit, but at least it's warm and comfortable. It's the same thing here. Like, don't let that paralyze you. Don't let those past versions and ego sabotage the beautiful life path that you have ahead of you. What else, Spirit? Yeah, because what it does when you get paralyzed only brings grief. Because later you're left like you're leaving yourself out in the cold. right? So it's this feeling of being betraying. Like you betrayed yourself because you said you were going to start something, but then you allowed ego in your mind or the opinion of others even to come through and to not, and you got paralyzed and then you didn't do it and now you're disappointed. So I feel like Spirit here is really giving us this message of go for it no matter what, or even if there's a heartbreak, anything that's hurting you at this time, channel that energy, channel it into something that you can start creating. That's why the strength card is at the bottom of the deck, reminding you and telling you it's okay to feel this, but it's in these lower, darker moments of humanity where magic has happened, where truly, like as they say, it's only when it's the darkest you can see the stars. It's the same thing here. Only when we're in that dark night of the soul can we truly perceive the strength. As I said earlier, right? When that's sometimes that darkness needs to kick our butt, to kick us out of our comfort zone and start taking action. Sometimes it truly does. We have to touch the bottom floor in order to start building up. What else, Spirit? Yeah, embrace the King of Wands energy here. I feel like it's saying remember. And I feel like with that lion, I don't know why I got like Lion King vibes. If you've seen Lion King, there's a part where Simba is, well, Rafiki comes, the monkey, and he's like a little shaman, a little wise man, and he's freaking hitting Simba like, dude, remember who you are. And then his dad appears from the heavens, Mufasa, and the last message that he tells him, I don't know why I'm channeling this right now, but that's kind of what I got, like, remember who you are. And I tell you, collective, remember who you are. Remember how powerful the fire and all this energy that's stored in you, and that all this was your birth given right. Everything, nothing happens against you. Everything's for you, for your strength to build, to continue on this path of legacy, to release the chains of the past of family curses, and to truly embrace you and all your authenticity, all your shadow, all your light, everything that you are. Just don't let yourself get paralyzed. Keep going. Remember who you are. At the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. When we do this, the wheel starts churning in our favor because we start becoming aware of truly who we are and of what lies ahead of us. The Hanged Man. Yes, at this time, collective, there's going to be a lot of spiritual awakenings. Why? Because of, at a collective level, there's being changes, right? A lot of people are getting ripped out of their comfort zones. And again, sometimes this has to happen in order for spirit to get its message across that, hey, humanity, you guys are doing this the wrong way. You have to move towards this way, but we have to send you this lesson in order for you to actually be able to perceive it. That's why at this time, there's going to be a lot of people spiritually awakening, because they're going to be wanting to go inward, wanting to find answers. So let's be ready for that, collective. That's beautiful. And yeah, because people are going to be walking away at the bottom of the deck here. 8 of Cups, from people, places, things, limiting beliefs that no longer serve them. It's almost like a new era in a way. And yes, this Page of Swords energy is here because you might not know all the answers, but Spirit already gave you the sword. Wield thy sword. Use it. Even though you don't know how to move to the next step, use your intuition. There's guides. There's people like me. There's family, friends. There's community. You've already been given the sword. Use that sword to strip away all limited beliefs and enter into your clarity, into your strength, your discernment. A lot of discernment needs to be used at this time. All right, one more and I'll end at the tarot. I know I kind of got a little long here, but I feel like this was necessary. Okay, we're ending on a higher note, because when we put in all this work, y'all, and all the, and we really embrace even our shadow side, we can become very abundant, and not just in the physical and the money, yes, of course, in that, but also in our love and our emotions and who we are and our strength. That's why there's this Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. All this love for family, for friends, for ourselves, all this unity. When we can remember that there are more things that unite us than separate us. That separation's only an illusion, because my collective here already knows we're all extension of the same creator. Every human being. We're in connection with this Ten of Cups, this end and new beginning. And with this Queen of Pentacles, we are in our power and our abundance. And we are able to create whatever we want. She is the creator. She is that, like that forest of your soul. You're allowed to create everything, all that, with all your senses in your mind, in your quantum space, and then bring it into fruition in the physical. All right, y'all. I'll end there the tarot. Let's pull some oracles, of course. Today I got my angel prayers oracles. Let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What angels are here? Who's guiding us? Who's helping us? Help me with your likes. Help me liking. Tap in, tap in. Let's see what energy we can perceive at this time. Wow. Amazing, y'all. Amazing. This archangel came out, which I'll show you guys in a minute, but I've been connecting with them. So yeah, the first one, Archangel Chamuel. Open your heart. Thank you, Chamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. He is connected. He is usually perceived as this white, like rose, like this pink energy, and he's connected with our heart chakra, reminding us of unconditional love. This is not that you're a mat. This is Christ energy. That we have unconditional love to have strength to put boundaries. Unconditional love to love ourselves and love others. And to and most of all, to love ourselves with everything. Our shadow, our strengths, our past versions of ourselves, everything. And anytime, mostly during this time, y'all, if you guys feel a little bit down, like your frequency's kind of lowering down, if you're going to have a heavy conversation, if you're going to walk into a room where you need this extra support, call upon Archangel Chamuel and his legion of angels, and filling all that space, people, places, limiting beliefs, all those words that are going to be exchanged, make them be with love, with peace, with harmony for you and everyone else involved. Because you have spiritual support, dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. As I mentioned, there's a legion of angels around us, our spirit team. It's only up to us to perceive them and allow them to help us. Invite them in. We have free will. They're never going to do something against our will. We have to allow them and invite them in. And this one seems pretty specific, especially after the Day of the Dead. And there is a portal coming up, 11/11. So today is 7/11. So portals are usually open up like 4 days before and 4 days after. It's not just the day of. It's like this period where the portal opens, and the portal's like opening up today. So just keep that in mind. It's a powerful portal in order to manifest. So maybe I'll do that for the next live, a manifestation live, because that should be good. We need to align with those energies. But this one, loved one in heaven. Thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time. Even those that have passed away, and truly remember, their body is gone, but their essence, their energy is with us every single day. They can feel us, hear us with all their senses, because now they're beings of light, able to perceive what we sometimes cannot even perceive for ourselves. So all those that have ascended before us are there for us. Just at the bottom of the deck, another beautiful archangel, Archangel Azrael, change and transition. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. And he's like I kind of like relate him to the death card on the tarot, death and rebirth, because he's the archangel that aids us with closures, with endings. He walks the souls from our physical. Once we pass in this earthly plane and the soul has to ascend, he helps with that process. So definitely helping us to close upon anything we haven't forgiven, releasing, transmuting all that. He helps us to put an end to those chapters that are still sometimes open. So that's beautiful there. But Archangel Samuel, that's awesome. He rocks. I love that he came out. All right, last but not least, the Starseed Oracle, y'all. Let's see what the Starseeds have to say. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? I felt like this one. All right, I'll do 2 for this one. Okay. The first one, the double mission. Light worker, Starseed. Serve the world by being you. Authentically and always you. I think I spoke about this earlier. No matter what, even if ego wants to project its judgment, our mind, our emotions, even the opinion of others, they don't matter. Maybe they still haven't gotten to that part of their evolution. You have a mission here, and you have to go through with it. And everyone's is different, and we have multiple missions. But it says double mission because a mission in earth and a mission like a soul. Let us remember, we connect to earth because of the avatar, but we also have this soul to integrate. And the soul that chose to come to this intensive course to grow for evolution. So remember that. When you do something, let it resonate only with yourself. It doesn't have to resonate even with those around you, as long as it resonates with yourself. And this last one, I got this one last week, so there's something with water going on, some healing having to do. Every time y'all shower, you can also heal there. You can talk to the water. We are 75% water. Remember, we've done this before with the Japanese scientist. As he spoke with water and he examined all the particles of the water, he saw when you talk to water with kindness, with love, with words of affirmation and of strength, you can literally change the molecules and the structures of the molecules of that water. It's the same with our body. It's the same with us. And also on the other side, if you're projecting negativity, procrastination, and these lower frequencies, the same will happen. You will exude that out. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Like the river that we were just in. We were healing, we were basking in it, and allowing really ourselves to activate all these particles within us, right? And to balance them, be in a more place of serene and being in our center, and allowing that whatever resonates with us to stay with us. And I will end it there. I hope you all found a message that you guys resonated with. Thank you for meditating with me. Thank you for staying for these lessons. It's been great, y'all. And remember, if you guys need any help, any personal reading, personal meditation, any cleanses, I am your boy, Third Eye Pisciano. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you guys next week, okay? And remember to keep meditating, to keep at it. We're in this fight. Life is not over. We got to keep trucking along. Okay, guys? Have a good one. Love you all. Namaste.